It's really green. It's like really green, and the trees and plants are a lot bigger. It's just like this vast amount of green that they're like plant life, like green and flowers and like not. It's like a fairy land, or it reminds me of like somewhere in like Ireland or something like this. But it's like really green, lots of trees, or like lots of greenery, lots of forests. It's like really beautiful and pure.
Beautiful look at yourself. Do you feel like you have a body?
Yeah.
Describe what you look like.
I feel like I'm in a robe, like a tan robe, a long robe, almost like a wizard or something, I guess.
Look at your skin tone. What color is it?
White, like Caucasian, like human.
Look at your face. Describe what your face looks like.
I think it's kind of like an old man, like white beard, like long beard, whiskers, like kind old wizard man.
Are you carrying anything with you?
Yeah, I have like a stick in my hand with a crystal. I think it's a crystal on the top of it. It's kind of a shiny, like wooden stick, like staff thing with a crystal on it. Pointed egg-shaped crystal, maybe clear one.
What are you doing with this crystal?
It's attached to the stick. I'm holding this stick part, the staff in my hand, but I can sense that like the crystal's like a power. It's like it can like magic. It can do things. Like it's a tool.
Is there anything else you're carrying besides this crystal?
It seems like a book, like an old book. Why? I have a book in my hand, in my other hand, like a really old leathery book, key and all, or like it's like latch on it and stuff.
Can you describe what the book looks like? Does it have any colors or shapes to it?
Yeah, it's like a reddish brown or like dark brown square, like rectangle with two squares kind of on the top of it with like metal on the bindings, and it has like a latch that goes over it that's also like closes with metal. It's old, and yeah, it even looks old. I mean, it looks old in my hand, like older than me, old in this time.
Anything else you want to say about the book?
I'm trying to kind of like understand it. It seems like I keep getting the word like secrets or something like just very secretive and special about it. It's like I just keep getting secret. But I sense it has something. Oh yeah, it's of importance. I could tell that. I know that for sure. I just right now just keep getting secrets. Like this information is secretive. It's not for everybody to protect it and stuff like that.
Are you a female or a male?
I'm a male.
And keep moving around within the space. What do you think you're doing here?
I'm here for a purpose. I'm here for something, but I'm not too sure what. I'm here for a purpose though. But I don't know if I actually live here or if I came here. But I'm here to do something, like to help something or help. Like I'm on a mission, maybe. Something to do with like going into this forest. And I keep getting like glimpses of like fairies and dragons, but nothing significant. Like they just keep coming into my consciousness, I guess you could call it. I'm just walking. I'm like walking towards a forest, like a gigantic forest. I could see like a door, like a wooden door. It's like in a tree.
Keep moving, listening along, and keep describing everything that's happening.
I feel like I'm being greeted by excited that I'm there. That is bringing me. They kind of met me. Or they met me, and they're kind of like excited I'm there. They're guiding me, and they seem pretty like, I don't want to use the word goofy, but they're like respectfully just like really excited that I'm there. I'll just say that. And they're like in a white. They seem a little different. Like how I could think of as like this term, like maybe like hobbit-ish. And they're like in a white kind of like white roby clothing or like cream. And they're taking me to where I'm supposed to be going, to this door, I think. Kind of becoming emotional. Like I could feel a lot of emotions coming to my body. I think it's like a lot of love, quite a bit, so it feels emotional. Maybe I'm here to protect these people, but then I get a sense that I'm here for the trees too. Yeah, there's a lot to do with the trees that I'm not aware of yet, but I'm getting a sense of it. Then we go in through this door, this huge massive door in this like just massive tree, and it opens up and it's almost like it's not underground, but it's inside of a tree, so it looks like it's underground. And it's a huge space, massive space with it's lit. It has like kind of looks like candles around it. I can't tell if they're candles or if it's like some other kind of lighting, but or it's well lit. It's like a weird. It's like a. At first, I thought it was like a house, but it's not. It's almost like a big library, like a circular, like a library, or like a. It has a homey feeling, and the feeling of it's like really intense love feelings inside of it in here. I guess I don't know if it's like where I work and live sometimes. It's like my workstation or something. There's all kinds of stuff all around there, like all kinds of things. Kind of like a library and a workshop combined into one and a house, or like a home, I should say, not a house, but a home. It's like where I do things, kind of what I'm seeing right now and feeling. It's like dirt floors, but not dirty. It's like clean, but it's like, yeah, it's definitely back in time, not in the future. Yeah, because these trees are huge, kind of hard to describe the size of these trees. I mean, this tree that I'm inside of right now.
Keep moving time and space. What do you think you're doing here within the space? Are there any books that draw your attention, or what are you doing there?
Okay, so I turned around and I looked back at the door as it was closed, and it's like there's a lot of metal or like some sort of metal. I don't know what it is, but it looks metallic. It's and like a lot of like it's a really secure door. And I asked why, and I got the sense that I don't know if it's under attack or if they need to just. It's like I should know, like it's precautionary because of what's going on. That the word attack did come in, and I think I'm there to try to stop it or do what I can to stop it or yeah protect different. I have like unique knowledge and like this wisdom and this so it's like a wizard, I guess is how I could describe it, like, but I'm like I'm good. I'm here to try to stop or to stop what's coming or a force that's out there. And I guess this is my area that I feel obligated that I can protect it, like all life, not just the people, but like the trees, all of life, all of this beautiful, like just serenity. I don't know why the word Scotland just came in my mind, but that came in my mind. I was trying to ask where I am and where we are and what like what's going on. But I got the word Scotland. I don't know what that.
Keep moving time and space. And what do you do next of importance?
Oh wow. Okay, it's like I just jumped. I went to basically like the now I see like there's trees on fire. There's like fire happening. There's trees on fire. It's like war or something similar to war. It's like there's been an attack or there was an attack or is an attack going on this way of life, or like this is a stronghold for life. It's like it's a place of beauty that's like been really protected. I've done a lot to protect this place, to keep it like cloaked and hidden since whatever this is has come in. Darkness, I guess it is. And then yeah, so going this is like it's a very important place, I guess, that I don't guess. This is a very important place that they haven't been able to get to, but they've wanted to. And now part of it or part of them has got here because there's fires going on. And I'm doing what I can to stop it, to stop all of it, and the people are too, but for some reason I have like these I just have more like more knowledge about these things, and I like this staff thing can be used as a weapon also, like a lightning bolt can come out of it, like it can heal and it could also be used to defend and like as well. But they've only got like a part of this place. They haven't, it was like they were able to do something from afar to like affect just a small in the big area of all this. They were just able to get a small part in this time. Like, but people are afraid, they're scared, they are a little worried. I mean, but they're strong too. Like they're not fearful people. They're just, I think, like anybody would be, like like when they're in harm's way or like something like that. Like they're uneasy. And it's really about like stopping these trees from catching fire. The trees have a lot of feelings, and it's like we're more worried about no, we're worried about the people too, but we're worried about the keeping the trees safe. And it's like a way of life, but it's also more than that. It's like all this history and like it's like we're all connected. It's like we're all just one thing. There's not much separation between us, like no matter what it is here. It could be like a plant or a flower or the trees or the people or whatever, and everything's just one. Any emotions are pretty much instantaneously like shared between one another. But anyways, the trees are a big part of everything's trying is worth saving. Like it's not just the trees, but they keep seeming a lot more, not a lot more, but they're more significant. And the people, of course.
And do you know who's doing this to that part of the land?
So I'm trying to figure out. Kind of hard to understand because it's like a mixture of energies. It's like a mixture of this. It's almost like dark fog. It's like a mixture of this mixed with like these beings. There are beings behind it, but they're trying to stay cloaked. This one stands out. Like in a, he seems like a real not good guy for lack of better terms, and like he's like in a black robe, kind of like similar to what I wear, but his is like black, and he doesn't look like a human. He has like gray skin, but he's not gray. He's not like a gray alien. He's like he's really trying to say like cloak. He's weird looking. I can't tell what it is. It's I say he. It's like I just get that he's a he, like kind of the leader maybe of all this. But it's so it's like, and he's kind of floating. I don't know if he's like hovering or if he's in a craft. He almost looks like a like part. This is weird. Like part alien, part like rat or something. I can't really tell. All I can see is his face because he has a robe on and his kind of his hands and feet, but like he almost has like a fur on him. And maybe I don't know if it's fur, but anyways, this is where it's coming from. I think it's like he seems to be kind of the main figure behind all this. And then there's like a bunch of people or a bunch of beings or whatever with him or it whatever, and they're using this dark, it's like a dark fog, that's all I could describe it as, like it's this really dark like fog, like noxious fog to kill and poison people and life. And he thinks he's pretty like hot stuff, like this guy or this being. We obviously don't like each other.
So this being
And
is in this land somewhere. This being.
he's farther away because I was trying to figure out how this happened. And it was sent here, but it wasn't like I don't think anybody came here or any it was like it was sent here from where they are, and I think they are on this land or on these land or like something else that's just interesting that just came in is like there's lands, there's not like we think of lands, but there's other lands. I feel like he's on one of these other lands, like there's like earth land and then almost looks like water, and then there's like another land like land what is but it's not earth, but it's on the same area, and it feels like he's on one of those other lands. So it wouldn't be like another. I I don't know if I'm getting two things confused. No, probably not. Anyways, he's either on this Earth, or it's really hard to describe this. He's either on this land that we're on, one of these continents, or he's on other land that's still on this land, if that makes any sense. And he's doing these things from like a distance because he's a coward. And it's like he's too scared to come face to face. So he's doing this from wherever he's at and sending this like fog stuff. I don't know if it's AI fog or what it is. It's AI came into my consciousness for a second. Yeah, I think it's like artificially intelligent. This poisonous fog stuff. It's not really a gas. It's like I've never seen anything like it. It's really weird, but it's like fog and it's black. And he's sending this out from where he's at because he's a coward. And I'm getting that he doesn't want to, or he wants to stop as many of his casualties on his side as he can. That's his excuse. But really, this guy's just like a coward and he's afraid. So he's using this fog. And we don't like each other at all. Like we've known each other or I've known of each other. And it's like I could take him out. And that's why it's keeping his distance. But again, he's cloaked. He's using like this cloaking technology or some sort of cloaking something or other. And I'm getting like what I'm seeing is like this fur and stuff might not be what he is. And I keep getting like a reptilian, this cloaked. And I'm confirming that. He's like a reptilian, just cloaking something like gray furry thing, but he's actually it's like a reptilian. Yeah, now he's pissed off even more, but it doesn't matter. Yeah. But that's kind of, yeah, what I'm getting right now.
Okay, so he was the cause to this fire with this group?
Yeah,
What do you think he's after? Why is he burning these trees like that?
because he can. Hold on. He's saying something like your time is up. And he's not just talking about me. He's talking about like he was called here. There was a call that allowed these negative, like dark forces because I mean this sounds so messed up. It's like he's saying because it's been, or I don't know if it's him, but it's like yeah, it is. It's like the earth. It's like we've been so peaceful, I guess, and loving and high vibrational. And when I say we, I mean like I'm talking about all beings, all life, all animals, the planet, like the mother Gaia, like everything. I don't even know if I want to say planet anymore, but like the earth, mother Gaia. And like when I say we, I'm talking about all of us, have been so peaceful that they were sent here to disturb this peace for the experiment. And he's trying to say like now it's our time. And I'm basically saying no, it's not in other ways. But yeah, so they were sent here, like in some way, shape, or form, they were like allowed to come here to do this as because it's part of this experiment to, I guess, to make the perfect humans. But it seems it doesn't make any sense because it seems, I mean, I understand in a way actually is it just seems so messed up. But like it's like the balance that what I'm getting is like the balance got so much on the side of unconditional love and like purity and beauty and oneness and unity. So like that the creator, not like source, but like there's another creator, like that is in charge of this experiment that is supposedly it seems counterintuitive, but like trying to make these perfect humans and they weren't progressing enough, fast enough. And I get thoth in there too. So these people or these beings were sent in to like basically mess everything up with the end goal of that somehow making us or humans like stronger, better. They basically like I just get the perfect humans, the perfect humans, an experiment. Like, yeah, so I don't that's kind of what I'm getting right now,
Okay.
for sure.
So then, this being with these other grouping, are they this other like this group that he has with him? Are they like humans under this say reptilian control, or are they all
No,
reptilians, or
I think they're all reptilians, yeah.
all reptilians? And then, so what is this doing? Like burning this portion of the trees down? How is that? What's the purpose of that? Like, how's that affecting, or what's happening there?
They're also using like there's also I don't like to be stereotypical, but they're using like these gray beings too, like but it's under the control of these reptilians. But yeah, why they're doing it because this is like what I'm kind of seeing and getting is like this is like the heart, one of the many hearts, but like this on Mother Gaia, us and these trees are like the heart of this energy, this unconditional like source love energy. And it's also it's something to do with the connection. It's what connects it. There's like it allows a pure unbroken connection to source through us, through the trees, down into middle, like this, I don't know what it is, the center of earth, the core of Mother Gaia. They're going for like the heart or like the jugular, I guess would be like another way to put it. Like they're going for this because from their point of view, this is the most effective way to destroy what we have here. Yeah, the trees are really important. They hold like the trees kind of look out for everything here. Like I got dragons, but I also got like they really look out for everything. Like they're like they're almost like protecting the land and the people, not just the surface, but also everything underneath and inside. They keep everything pure. It's like this pure connection to source that they help to uphold. It's weird. It's like the trees themselves are like the biggest threat because if they're taken out, then it weakens things to the extent so much that like everything else in their like terms is like easy to take out, then it's just like a matter of time. But like that's what is or has been, I should say, like really protecting, not even, well, yeah, I guess protecting too. Yeah, everything. Like they're that important for the water, for the soil, for the humans, for the all beings, all animals, all life, all insects, like everything organic, they protect and they infuse with it goes both ways. They infuse it with source light, but then also Mother Gaia communicates back through them to source. It's goes both directions. And so it's like this like quicker than instant communication and exchange of it's like almost like two source energies. It's like source and then like a little bit it's like source's child in a way. Like they communicate and like the trees allow for this to happen faster than like real time. And then in turn it helps. It doesn't allow it. Everything can do this, but like it really does help in an extremely major way. Everything here. Yeah, it's interesting because like this being I'm trying to figure out what happens between this being and myself. I don't know, like just like where my mind keeps going. And I'm like, he's like too afraid. I'm not ignorant to his power, but also it's almost like I get a sense that he's scared of mine. I mean, I'm just talking about him and I, like just an individualistic thing here, but like I was just curious. That's kind of where I was going with that. But wow. Okay. Yeah.
So tell me what happens next of importance. He's, burning this part of the forest down. What ends up happening?
So for a while, it seems like they left this part alone, and then they went to go to places that were more easy for them to attack around like the different lands on Earth. They like for some reason they left it's like we were left, even though it was attacked, and some of these, I'm just talking about this area, was attacked, and like some of the trees were hurt, killed. Some of the people were in the life and this stuff. It seems like they went to other places that were easy for them, like low hanging fruit, or like easy for them to attack. And then they kind of just left us here. Like it all sounds weird to me, but it's like almost like a mutual respect or something. I don't get it. But like he left us here, and I get to like even no present day almost, like I get for a long time like this was left this way, but they did destroy, like they went around and just like wreaked havoc on so many other places, completely just destroyed, and like left it barren deserts to like deserts with hills, but still deserts, I guess, like just like a forest fire, but like across an entire continents, like just, I mean, they really like went around and just like destroyed everything. But there's like this spot seems like it was left, or a small part of this spot was like left for, or I don't know, don't mean maybe I meant for like a while, like it meant for a while, or sorry, left for a while. And I get that there was like maybe a couple other places like this that were, I feel like they were destroyed, but they were left for a while. And that's like really all I'm getting right now. Yeah. But I'm getting something about like this place is special, and like it was left. Even and it's I'm getting, even though these trees aren't the biggest of all the trees like on the lands, like these were left, and I can't tell for how long though, or like if they're here in present day, or if it kind of just, that's like all the information I can really get from it, I guess, or that I can feel like I can get.
Let's go ahead. And now, fast forward to the same life. So eventually they left. What do you do next of importance within these lands?
I just end up passing on eventually, like of natural causes, but it also has something tied to do with, like, I guess the word would be warfare, but like the life that I had to live. But I passed on as like an old man. I had to leave. Like when I think about me passing on, I'm feeling like I have to leave them there to fend for themselves, and I get a bit of fear that like or that like maybe I hope that this all stays how it is and it stays protected. But there's admittedly a bit of fear in me that like says I'm not too sure if that's going to actually be a reality. But I did what I could, and I pass on, and it's more or less in that same state, but the so much of the land has been injured, and Mother Gaia has been injured, that like the frequencies dropped dramatically, and you could feel it. Like you could feel the frequencies have just like gone down. It's like this barren world or desert feeling, and there's definitely not as much greenery as there was, and as much beauty, but there still are like the trees themselves and some greenery, but like the all this stuff that I first saw coming here is not like that anymore. It's more desolate. Yeah, then I pass on peacefully. Pretty much, I keep getting something to do with like I did have like some stuff happen to me before, like from this life I've lived, but it wasn't the cause of my death. It was, maybe I could have lived a little longer if I didn't do what I did, but I passed on, and I just hoped and prayed that my people and like this and the life here would maintain its way. But I was fearful that it wouldn't. But I passed on.
Okay, thank you. May I ask you questions?
Yeah.
Thank you. If you could tell us first of all, why did you take him to that memory there? What was the importance there, and what were the lessons you wanted him to learn from that?
To understand his power, and that he's lived many lives. He's been a protector for many lives, and that he still is this. He needs to understand the power for the light that he holds inside of him, and how to, not that he isn't using it, but how to really harness it and use it, because now it's needed more than ever. And also this connection with the trees. There's a connection with the trees is of extreme importance. So this is not just for healing, it's for healing everything. It's for healing the trees, it's for healing the earth, it's for healing Mother Gaia, it's for healing everything. And then the lands are also, because this is information that needs to come out. There's things aren't what we've been taught, or like what people have been taught to see. It's like there's people need to do more research and look into what's out there, as far as the planet, as far as what planets are called, as far as what different land is out there. It's controversial, but people need to understand this and be aware of it. And he knows what this is without a doubt. So yeah, that's what.
Thank you, higher self. That was beautiful how you showed how the tree grid and the importance, and how you're saying how it's an instant connection from trees to source, and you could say they're embodiments of source here, holding up the whole construct.
Yeah.
Wow. And then I also love the example herself of how you talked about like these reptilians and you know the I guess the role that they're playing. Sometimes the only way to grow is to go through those experiences that could be tough, but they push you to rise and grow stronger.
Yeah, they're bad, but yeah, you're right. That's what it is.
Yeah, yeah,
And
they're
it
definitely
seems,
bad. We don't align with them, but
yeah, they are bad, no doubt. But they didn't, a lot of them didn't start off that way. A lot of them have just lost their way, their connection from source. But a lot of them are that way from the beginning as well, but they are bad. Things here will be changing. There won't be any more resets, at least for a very, very, very long time, anyways. This is finally coming to a head and end here. And I also wanted to mention the Thoth thing. Um, Thoth is an AI, and people might find this controversial as well, but Thoth is an AI. He's the one responsible for these resets. I'll just leave it at that, and people who do their research on that. But that's of importance.
I want to ask about that because did he hear that anywhere, or did he get that or read that or hear that anywhere,
He's
or where did he get
heard
that from?
that once, but this is also true. There's different aspects, there's different lives, so many, like 30,000 years, this intelligence will inhabit a being to do certain things. But the root source of this entity, though, is ultimately an AI.
The reason why I ask is because I've talked to many clients and all the information has matched where, Thoth is benevolent, a benevolent being, especially from Egypt.
Mhm.
So this is the first time actually that I've heard that from a client. So just want to make sure that this is not like higher self, some kind of AI false download, because that can happen, as we know, in this earth. So far, everyone I spoke to, and I've spoken to, a lot of people on Earth, thousands. The Thoth is like this blue, it's like this bird being that helps bring information, knowledge down to Earth. So I
He's
just want
not
to make sure. So I just want to make
He's
sure.
not, yeah,
Yeah.
he's not bad. He's not
Mm-hmm.
bad in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's more of he's done much good.
Mm-hmm.
What he does is not considered really bad or good. What he does is plays his role in bringing to this, like this grand experiment, what is needed. He's not doing things in an evil sense or a bad sense. That's not his character. That's not the role that he plays. But just because it's artificial doesn't necessarily mean it's bad, if that makes sense. Like he plays his role, and he to ed, the end goal is to advance humanity. So in shorter times, it may seem like it's a bad thing or bad things, but it's in the bigger picture, it's not bad. It's for the best of all life. That's the role that this entity plays.
So, higher self, is there who would you like to call forth upon to assist currently now, higher self? Now that you're here, any archangels or ascended masters to assist?
Archangel Michael, Yeshua,
Mm-hmm.
and Ganesha.
Michael, Yeshua, and Lord Ganesh.
Yeah.
Thank you. Higher self, connect me to Archangel Michael now, please. I'd like to speak to Archangel Michael now. Greetings, Michael. Love you, honor you, respect you.
Hi.
Greetings. Thank you for being here. Can I please speak to Yeshua now?
Hello.
Greetings, Yeshua. Love you, honor you, and respect you. Thank you. And if I could speak to Lord Ganesh now.
Hi. Greetings.
Greetings. Greetings. Thank you for being here as well. Thank you, everyone. Love you, honor you, respect you. So thankful for all of you for being here. Now, as I'm going through Archangel Michael, can we scan, since we were just talking about Thoth, can you make sure and scan him and make sure that's not in itself, that thought or memory is not an AI system itself. So scan deeply, thoroughly, higher self, with Yeshua, Lord Ganesh, all of you. Scan and look through, just
Yeah.
making sure that's not a false download or any kind of anything he again built influenced and read anywhere.
There's something that's
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like there's I think it looks like an artificial intelligence that's tripping something like in the memory or like the thought
Yes, so let's go ahead and find that now, higher self. Where is it? And is it in his body? And then
in the
higher self,
brain.
as you're looking, I want to ask that all the healing and removal of inversions are done within the entirety of his tree of life through all lifetime and space today.
Okay.
Thank you, higher self and team. All right, let's scan his brain. You said that there is something there, like an AI system.
Hmm.
something?
Yeah, AI.
Okay. Okay, scan his brain now. And let's go ahead and start directing Phoenix Fire to the AI in his brain. Can you
Okay.
do that now?
Yeah.
Okay, transmuting that out now. While you're working on that, can we start working on his DNA and deprogramming any false belief systems, period, whatsoever?
Yes.
Or any, false information that might have been given to him or downloaded to him or whatever. Deleting any false information, higher self and team, through all lifetime and space now.
Yes.
Keep working on that. Thank you. All right. Higher self, Michael, Yeshua, and Lord Ganesh just assisting you there. Okay, so while you're working on the brain, let's scan the brain now and the entire head. Is there anything else that's attached that needs to be healed, higher self? We're looking for any negative energies, entities, or technologies.
Not that we could see, no.
So we're directing Phoenix Fire and Source Flame and Love Light to entire brain now, making sure that his brain is fully organically his. And then can we also look in his DNA, since we're working on his brain, look in his DNA, look for any nano, AI, or negative alien fractals integrated into him, into his DNA. How does his DNA look, higher self?
Clear.
Let me know if you find anything.
It looks clear.
Good. And if we're missing anything, higher self, ensure you take care of it. Anything we miss today, if we miss anything, higher self, you'll ensure you take care of it before we're done with the session, correct? Anything that is attached or infringing. Thank you, higher self. All right. So, all right. Now let's go ahead and scan his body now. We're going to look through his entire body now. Scanning for any entities. We want to find them all, higher self. Does he have any entities attached? Let me know if you find it.
No.
Scan.
It looks like there's one that has tried to attach, but it was unsuccessful. So no, I don't see any.
Good. Let's scan him one more time. Scan him deeply, thoroughly, looking inside all organic matter of him, making sure nothing is hiding. Michael, Yeshua, Lord Ganesh, higher self, looking together, making sure nothing is hiding.
Yeah, he looks clear.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you, higher self. Can we scan him for any reptilian skin or black ink? Does he have any of that attached?
No reptilian skin, but this black ink seems to be attached in his mouth, like in the jaw.
Okay. Let's go ahead
Yeah.
and contain that with the symbols, the sacred alchemy symbols, and then let's start automatically positive polarizing that now. You said in his mouth or throat?
Yeah. In the
Okay.
jaw. Yeah.
Jaw. Okay. Okay. Contain that with the symbols. Let me know once that's positive polarized.
Yeah.
It's done?
Yeah, it's contained.
Okay, beautiful. And let me know when it's all light. It's all source of light and return back to source.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, beautiful. Okay, so let's go ahead and Phoenix Fire that location, mouth, jaw. Now, Phoenix Fire, Source Flame, and we're transmuting any residue left behind. And then we're also filling in the space with Source of Light. Can we do that?
Yes.
Thank you, higher self. And can you tell me what was that causing him? What kind of trauma, so we could heal that as well?
Pain in the mouth. Also, it could have advanced to hurting his teeth to where he'd have to go in to get them surgically worked on. And there could have been more damage done when that was the case, but it won't be the case now.
Okay, yeah, so that's the recent thing that he had with his teeth pain. So let's heal that now, making sure he no longer has any teeth pain, higher self.
Yeah. Okay.
Doesn't have any entities. I'm going to go through the list, higher self. Okay, so can you confirm there are no other reptilian skins or black inks in him?
He's good.
And can we scan him for any dark portals, higher self? Archangel Michael assist with that. Does he have any dark portals in him?
There seems to be a portal in the rear of his heart chakra. Yeah.
Okay,
a
that's
small portal.
okay. In the back, so is that where like the vertebrates pain there?
It's like in the energy. It's like in the auric field, but it's behind that area.
Okay. All right. Michael, go ahead and close that dark portal in him now. Anywhere else does he have dark portals?
No, that's it.
Okay. How about the space that he's in? Can you confirm there are no dark portals there? He wanted to make sure that the space was cleansed and healed and in the highest vibration. Michael, let me know if you find any dark portals. Anything that is healing.
Yeah, there's one living room.
Close that now, Michael. Let me know when it's closed.
Yeah, it's closed.
Thank you. Let's go ahead and fill in that space with source of light and healing any trauma it caused by being there. Can we do that now? Yeshua himself. Thank you. Okay, wonderful. Okay, can we confirm there are no more dark portals in his space there? His homeland space?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. And then as you were working on his DNA, can you ensure that you also further crystallize it, whatever is next for his leveling up energy, higher self?
Yes, of course.
And then Archangel Michael, can you scan him for any negative cords? Does he have any?
No. Free of cords.
Okay, beautiful. Healing all his benevolent golden or just overall all his threads connected to his existence all healed, no attachments. Thank you. Okay. And then can we scan him for any types of negative technologies, any implants, hooks, metals, rods, wires? Does he have anything else attached in him?
There's no attachments. There's residue from pharmaceuticals in his blood.
Yes, the insulin. So
Yeah.
let's go to that higher self. Let's go back to that time and space. I want him to be able to see that time and space. Okay. Take him
Okay.
there, higher self. So he's back in that one house that he was at when that happened. Seemed like an attack, he said, to his solar plexus. He painful, passing out, couldn't even get to his phone. You know, he's found kind of unconscious, is in a coma, right, for days after somehow miraculously wakes up. So what happened?
Yeah.
We're going to take him back to the time and space and show him what happened to him. He's in his bathroom. What happens?
Yeah, he was attacked by dark magic, a sorcerer that sent this to him that had been sending this, but they sent this to end his life, but it wasn't his time. He struggled with it for a while and then he couldn't struggle anymore. And so going into the coma was the safest place for him to be. We were there with him, protecting him, waiting for them to come. And this basically is what sprung him into the timeline he's on now, even though it was hard. This is something that he had to go through, not necessarily the attack, but the what was to come from after it, the fuel for the fire, so to speak, for what he's doing now.
All right. And then, can we go back to the time and space when the paramedics do find them, they take him to the hospital, and the doctors of hospital decides that they're going to start injecting insulin into him, high amounts of insulin. Till this day, he still has to take insulin. He said he's really lowered it, but it's there. And it's, affecting him all his life. He lived, the natural path and natural herbs and so on. And then for the doctor to be injecting and doing all these things to him, telling his family he had diabetes and so on. So can we start shielding him? Go back to those time and spaces when they started injecting the insulin into him, and anything else that they might have injected into him that affected his body, where it's now requiring and it's, say, addicted or stuck in needing insulin.
Yes.
Okay, let's use sacred alchemy, higher self there, the symbols there, start clearing it, shielding him from that time and space now. In that time and space when it was happening again, we're using Phoenix Fire Source Flame, transmuting any of these foreign, non-organic pharmaceuticals that were inserted into him, shielding him, transmuting them, deleting them through all lifetime and space, purging that out.
Yep.
And then the insulin, when it goes in, where does he inject it? Like in his, I think, side or somewhere? Where is he?
Stomach. It's
Stomach.
supposed to go in the stomach, but they
Oh, wow.
tell you this because it goes into where your tendon is, your power source.
Mm.
And became aware of this, so he started putting it in his arm or his leg.
Okay.
But yeah, and I want to also mention this doctor was like an archonic doctor. He wasn't intentionally doing this, not just in this situation. He was doing this in many other situations. So yeah, he's not a good doctor.
Yeah. Like, so then the attack happens, say, cyclically, energetically, then they had him physically, and then they continue to attack him. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, all part of those hive minds. Okay, entities. All right. Okay, so then can we heal all his body where he's being one? He has to keep pricking his fingers, his shoulder, or any of where the needles are coming in, to put in the insulin, healing all of those now, Phoenix Fire Source Flame. And can you show him what happens, what actually does happen, higher self, when the insulin goes into his body? How does it look and what does it do?
It looks like poison. It looks like this liquidy, like the liquid that it does, but when it goes in, it actually has like this, there's a dark energy in it, not any really different than what's in the shots that were given out. It's in a similar way. So when it goes in, it's much more lower doses than that, but it's trying to imprint that in when it goes inside the body, but his body is resistant of it, so it can't catch hold. But what it does do, the drug itself will turn off the pancreas, how it's supposed to work, and it messes also with the pituitary gland, controlling the hormones that are supposed to control and balance out the hormones that control the blood sugars and everything else in the body and the physical body. So it just really wreaks havoc on the entire body because it throws it all out of balance by messing with these different organs. And it's not just those two, the pineal and the pancreas, it's others, the liver and other things, but it's not good. Yeah, and it needs to be it needs to be stopped.
We know that he's protected and he's been protected, but let's go ahead and start transmuting any of that infringement it's caused throughout his whole body, especially the pancreas, the pineal, anything you've mentioned, anywhere spread in the body. Let's go ahead and contain the entire body in the sacred alchemy symbols, kind of like, you know, that shot you were talking about, like
Yeah.
that kind of, and we're gonna purge out all that AI that is being spreading through his body.
Okay.
Okay, do that now. Let me know, is his whole body contained so we can start removing that from his body, purging it out?
Yes, it
Insulin.
is.
Okay, go ahead and start transmuting that, all of that throughout his whole body. Phoenix fire, source flame. The biggest concern for him is that you know, they have him keep testing like his sugar levels. And can we heal his so where does the sugar levels really kind of operate? Where, what part of the body creates the sugar levels?
It's a mixture of the pancreas, the liver, the gallbladders, and the pineal. It's more or less like a triangulation that controls these blood sugars. So when one is out of balance or two, it creates this condition.
Okay, let's start balancing all parts of his body, organs, glands that create the sugar. Let's start balancing them all now so that they are producing his accurate, his natural crystalline blueprint sugar levels that he needs for his body. Start doing that now. Again, especially healing any damage this insulin has caused to his body. Phoenix fire, source flame, love light everywhere throughout his whole body now. The ways that it's affected his energy too. And then also start working with him because you know, he's been living this for years, you know, and he's not consenting to this. But we understand that it's a process too, like with the mind, where once he's done with the session and you heal him higher self, that he can trust in himself and trust in his team that he's safe, because, you know, he wants to ensure that he's alive for his loved ones. So what do you have to say to him about that? What is the process of how you will get him off of this going forward, the insulin?
This session, as well as everything else that he's doing, as long as he continues on that path, which this will allow this to happen quite easily. So it's nothing to be worried about as long as he's on this path, like I said, and continues down this healing path. Doing what he's doing has already been helping. So this will end this cycle that he's been going through.
Good. So make sure you set him up for that higher self. Now, during this time, he says that he could hear like the doctor talking to his mother and just kind of like, you know, well, you already said he's archonic. So just really shielding him and protecting him through that time again. And then one of the only kind of memories that he had when he finally came to, you know, days later after he was unconscious in a coma, he had the memory was that he was in a desert located area and there were beings in front of him, and they each represented religion, different type of religions of earth, and they told him that he needed to choose a religion, and he didn't. He refused. So tell us, what was that vision about, higher self? What were you trying to tell him there?
Yeah, that was a false program, like almost like a near-death experience type program. False in the extent of what could be seen, but not false in the extent of it was if he would have decided to play into that, that could have taken him completely, let's just say. So it was a false program, like a false artificial intelligent, like matrix type program that was set up for him, like a booby trap in a way that he did not fall for. It was not his place to fall for it then. So it was not an out of body experience or anything like that. It was done by the other side.
So it's kind of like a AI
Yeah.
program, like an AI
Yep.
program, when he was in between, and you know, he was fighting to stay alive, so he was pretty low vibration at that point. So then
Yeah.
this false program, kind of like a false vision telling him to do that, which makes
Right.
sense if you look back at like different religions, and you know, whatever religion we can name, there's like these crazy stories about this prophet, and you know, this prophet was told you have to kill your son or whatever, you know, and then
Yeah.
or you have to choose this religion, and they come back and they think that they're high and mighty, you know, doing this religion. Is that like kind of like the program that they're seeing when they go through kind of like a near death experience, and then all of a sudden they come back and they supposedly think that they're enlightened, but they're choosing a religion that's further programming humanity?
Yeah, definitely. This can be used for that and has been used for that. It's in different variations or iterations of it, like depending on the person's unique soul, and their personality and everything else. They're usually accustomed to that, although there are generic ones as well. But yeah, that's exactly what they are. And this makes sense because in this false program, there was a Buddhist individual, a Hindu individual, and these usually aren't looked at as quote unquote religions, but because of his attachment to these ideologies, they were put in there with the other more mainstream religions. So yeah, that's exactly what these are attempted to be used for. And they do work a lot of the time, unfortunately.
Yeah, so I mean, he didn't choose it, but if a person were to go through a near-death experiences and then they come back and say they do say, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna become this religious guru, whatever," and they then come back with that programming of that religion, and they're doing the bidding for this kind of archonic religion, and then they don't realize it, but they're being controlled by it.
Yeah, 100%. Because a lot of what they're experiencing is based on what is real, not Israel, what is real as far as what happens when you cross over. But the false portions that are installed create such an attachment. They create an easier way to attach to this belief system because of the real parts of this that they do feel like what that actually is real, even though it's all false. In this sense, they attach to it so much easier. And so for them to let go of it I wasn't nearly impossible, almost, but it's doable. And many people have done it. That's how it works.
Yeah, so then these beings from the past, I mean, some of them even killed their loved ones supposedly for this religion. So they were just kind of taken over, and they were just taken over. They were just, by this. Got
Yeah,
it. Yeah. Thank you, higher self. Okay. All right. So can you confirm there are no negative technologies in him, correct?
correct.
Of any kind. Good. Can we scan his soul? Is his soul whole, or are there any fractured soul pieces missing?
It's whole. Yeah.
Beautiful. He's done a lot of work all his life. And can we scan him for any negative contracts, making sure he has none? Higher self, Michael, are there any?
No, there are none. They've been taken care of.
Wonderful. And then if he needs any healing, well, specifically actually for the diabetes that they have classified him as, let's go ahead and start healing him completely from diabetes, making sure he no longer has that anymore, or any kind of illness, disease, any of that. Also healing his vision, his teeth, overall good health there.
Yeah.
Thank you. As you're working on that, can we start age regressing him, higher self? How many years can we age regress him?
8.
Good. Start the process now.
Okay.
And then healing his chakras, making sure none are blocked or misaligned, opening up his third eye further. Now, does he have that AI out of his brain now?
Yeah, everything's clear.
Beautiful. Let's go ahead and heal his brain, Phoenix Fire, Source Flame, and all his neurals and everything in his brain, just making it, his brain lobes, every neurological system within his brain, all very nice and healthy and clear, and clearly only organically his divinely.
Yeah, we are
Thank
good.
you. Thank you. And how about the ink in his mouth jaw? Has that been completely transmuted out?
Yes.
Beautiful. Fill that space in too with Source of Light and Phoenix Fire, Source Flame. Both of those areas there. Okay. Again, healing all trauma they caused by being there. What was the AI causing him by being in the brain so we could heal the trauma there?
It was causing just like it wasn't causing any harm really. It was just causing like a thought process interference, specifically linked to light language. So yeah, it wasn't doing anything harmful to his body, although it was just creating thoughts that were mixed with his thoughts, but they weren't his thoughts.
Okay, so was that AI like talking his light language? Is that what you're saying?
No, so this was able to come through a light language that he'd heard. But the AI itself was just causing disruptions in his thoughts. So like it would mix his thought with whatever this artificial intelligence was pushing out, just running a program in cycles to kind of mess with his thought process is all.
Okay, so got it. So he heard someone saying light language, then that light language basically was some kind of AI, got stuck in his brain, and it's been messing with his thoughts. Okay,
Correct.
thank you, yourself. Good. All right, so that was one of his questions. You want to make sure, he heard throughout, we're spiritual, right? We're in spiritual communities, and all of a sudden sometimes, You know, it's even happened to me. They put people in your path and they start speaking light language even without asking for your permission.
Yeah.
You know, it's so violating if you think about it. You know, you gotta ask people
Yeah.
for permission, and even when you ask for permission, yeah, whatever. But start working on him, making sure that we clear this light language within his brain. And he said he's heard it from a couple different people, and then sometimes like the kind of like the AI system on his like laptop or phone just instantly popped in someone and they were just speaking it without again asking for his permission, and he was trying to remove it but he heard it. So just going through all those time and spaces, any supposed light language that was dark language, instead we're deleting that, transmuting that through all lifetime and space. Any tried downloads or anything to him, deleting that now, higher self.
Yes.
Thank you. All that falseness gone. Thank you. Okay, is that good?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, good. All right. What about his own light language? Is that okay for him to do for himself?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine.
And then just make sure that's really shielded and it's not anything AI or demons or whatever talking through him instead.
Yes.
Thank you, higher self. Okay. And then yeah, we're further opening up his third eye, activating his abilities, further expanding his heart to the biggest it could be, his heart chakras, and then healing his auric field. Can you do all that now?
Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you, higher self. Okay. And then I'll go through his list, make sure I didn't miss anything here. Okay, so you're working on that already. Can we heal his solar plexus? Is it damaged from that attack?
It's been upgraded since then. He's done an upgrade on that.
Good.
But it could use some energy. It could definitely use some energy right now.
Okay, higher self, go ahead and fill in that space with source of light, Phoenix fire if needed, and then healing his solar plexus, making sure it's fully leveled up for him. Okay.
Yeah.
Make it nice and strong. Thank you. And then, yeah, so what he has to like test himself, he has to kind of prick his arm, shoulder. Can we make sure we're healing him from that and protecting him from having to do that
Yes.
until he's fully off? Thank you.
Yep.
And then also when he was 16, he broke his back and the 3 vertebrates in his back, still bother him. Can we heal him and shield him from that time and space so he no longer has this back pain anymore, deleting that through all time and space?
Yes.
There's no attachment there, correct?
Correct.
Okay, Phoenix Fire, Source Flame, thank you. Love Light. Making sure his back is nice and strong. And then at some point, he went into the hospital and then they took a COVID swab, So he wants to scan and make sure he doesn't have any data to retrieve of who he is, his being, his DNA, no clones made. How does that look, higher self?
There was DNA collected, but it has not been used to create any clones.
Good. Let's go ahead and find that DNA, and we're deleting it through all lifetime and space. They making it so that they cannot use his DNA to make clones.
Yeah, done.
Thank you, higher self and team. Okay. We're just overall a lot of healing there for that life. Where he, that was hard for him to watch, like the beautiful connection he had with the trees and the knowledge and the books, and then these, dark reptilians come in and just messing around, and how they did that all over Earth. Can we provide healing to those lands where that happened, and anywhere else that these dark reptilian grouping harmed and violated the lands?
Yes.
Can we heal the trees?
Yeah.
Beautiful. So anything from that life that needs healing, let's heal that now. Higher self. Yeshua and higher self.
Yes.
Thank you, Lord Ganesh. Thank you. Okay. All right. And then can we work within history of life, not higher self? Can you delete any inverted timelines throughout the entirety of history of life?
Yes.
And then can we scan history of life, higher self? Make sure there are no holograms or clones made from history of life.
Yes. There are none.
Thank you, higher self. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. And then we're healing also through all trauma in current life and all past life trauma through an entirety of history of life now. Okay. Then also healing the entirety of history of life if it needs any healing. Healing his trunk, his branches, his roots, his everything, his soil, the soil of history of life, the elements surrounding history of life, entirety of history of life. Making sure it's fully, clearly, beautifully, organically, crystalline his.
Yes. It is.
Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Thank you, higher self. Okay. Okay, so looks like I asked all his healing questions. All right, higher self, as far as body healing, that is all I have here as far as his list and my list. Higher self, can you confirm that he is fully clear, fully no attachments of any kind? How does he look? Scanning one more time. Any negative energies, entities, technologies, anything else that needs healing within him?
Clear. He's good.
Beautiful. Can you confirm higher self? We set him up for his most organic timeline.
Confirmed. Yes.
Beautiful, gorgeous. He's such a powerful being. Thank you, higher self. Okay, now, okay, so now, he has a couple questions. May I ask him?
Yes.
He said when he was young, he really did have a lot of kind of, spiritual or out of body experiences, especially when he was sleeping at night. Many different beings. A couple times they were negative, but for the most they were positive. At one time there was like this light being made out of light, but also blue with as well. Tell us about that. What can you tell him about these experiences? What was happening? Messages there.
This is someone that he knows that would be considered a soul or star family that was coming to visit him, showering him in love light, but also reminding him that he was about to go through some trials and tribulations in his life, and that he would be all right through them. That not only this particular being would always be there, but all of the beings would be there supporting him and helping him along his way. But he did have to go through time where he felt like he was on his own for his own growth, and that they would always be there, and that they would also be back. They did mention that they would see him eventually again. So this is just part of this team of his for his sole purpose in this lifetime, in this incarnation.
Okay, thank you, higher self. Beautiful. And then he wants to know, like, where did he travel to? What was he doing?
He would go basically just all over. He would go kind of wherever his imagination took him, where he wanted to travel. And there was a certain point that he could travel to that I guess we would say is allowed, or that most souls are allowed to do without damaging either body, but he could travel farther than that. And so these places he would go, they're not for him to remember. They're just places that he went, but it wasn't anything negative. It was all just experiences that he was going through to explore his abilities.
Okay, thank you, higher self. And then the next question he has is, he's really been hearing about him taking care of himself, putting himself first, which is so important, right? We heal the collective when we put ourselves first and heal ourselves first. So where should he move to? Is there anywhere he's meant to move to, especially pertaining where should he live and for his highest timeline for himself, but also his son?
He'll know shortly where he's supposed to live, and his son will be fine when he does choose his place. But unfortunately, yeah, he'll have to figure that one out on his own, and he will find out very soon. It's not very far away, and his son will always be taken care of. He does not have to worry about his son.
Wonderful. All right. So I know that's kind of hard when you're doing that because it can only happen in that moment, when it's divine timing. And yeah, so I know you'll assist him with that.
Yeah.
Okay. And then also, what's going on with his grandfather? He was a Freemason, also a Shriner. He claims that he didn't harm anyone. And I mean, did he harm someone and not remember, or what's going on? Especially because he doesn't want this to be, part of his life here on Earth, and as well as his son.
He did harm a lot of people when he was at war and battle. However, after this, without intruding into his life, there's nothing that he did significantly to harm anybody intentionally. He did follow the path of this institution or organization unknowingly, and then got out as soon as he found out what it really was all about. But the reason he doesn't like to speak about all of these things combined is because it's a time in his life that he just tries to forget because of all the trauma that it caused him from being at war and being associated with the military and all that entailed.
Good. That's really good news. So if he made any kind of like negative contracts or black magic bindings, sometimes they do that to like the lineage of the Freemasons. So making sure if there are any of that's deleted, voided, higher self, can we do that for him and his son and his family?
Yes.
Okay. And then he wants to know how to work with his team, with you all, his team, because, and then also his Jaguar aspect. What can you tell him about that?
Just to listen as he's doing, but just to listen, to meditate more, put more time into meditation, to go more deeply into meditation, and just to trust what's coming through. It's hard now because of what's going on. There's so much more we have to discern, so he's having a hard time trusting certain information, almost over discerning it. He just needs to know that he is protected, and the work that he's done, especially up to this point, has made it so that what is coming in is of love and light. It is for good intention, and that he is well aware of something that's not. He can discern this very easily now.
Thank you, higher self. Okay, higher self. At this point, I've asked all his questions. We conducted the body scan. Higher self, is there anything else I could have asked that I haven't?
No, thank you. for your help.
Beautiful. Thank you, higher self. And then I want to thank Archangel Michael, Yeshua, and Lord Ganesh, everyone who assisted today with his beautiful healing and session. We love you, honor you, and respect you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Wonderful. All right, higher self. Any final messages before I bring him back?
No.
Gorgeous. Thank you, higher self. All right, I'm going to bring him back now, okay? Thank you, everyone, once more. Wow, such a beautiful, important session for you and a powerful healing. How do you feel?
I feel good. I feel like I just woke up from a nap, but I feel good. That was wild.
Yeah, that was wild. This in the Akashic record that I did with you, that's the guy I was seeing. That
Which
reptilian guy. That reptilian guy.
oh really?
Yeah, like
Oh
the
wow.
bad guy, like had it out for you. Now that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't even put that together.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, but biggest
Like,
lesson is that
no.
he's scared of you, isn't he?
Yeah, that's interesting, right?
Yeah.
It, it's
That's
like
gross that he thought he was hot. Oh.
yeah, yeah, like yeah, definitely. He thought yeah, he's a lot like all that in a bag of chips. Yeah, for sure. It was weird. He was
So
just like hovering on this like almost like a Buddha pose, you know? Like I don't know,
really,
it's
oh my God.
like it was like, you know, like just
Wow.
like he was God, he was playing God, you know?
Yeah, like pretending he's like so spiritual, I guess. Huh?
Yeah.
Oh
And
my
he's like,
God. That is gross. Gross. Wow. What
what
an incredible session. It was so good.
what was really weird is when
Uh-huh.
you asked that
Hmm.
or when like that thing about Thoth came in, my eyes started like shaking and twittering. Like
Oh,
I've never
about
felt
tough.
that before. Or, yeah.
You know
And
how
like
I know when something's false? You know what happens? My body tells me, and
mhm.
I don't know if you get it, but I start feeling like my heart is being restricted. It's not
Like
harming me, but my heart starts feeling like I don't know how to explain it. Like it's restricted, like it can't expand.
yeah.
And then
I know what you
that's how
mean.
I know. That's how I know that it's false. Yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Because
Yeah.
what's truth should be flowing,
Mhm.
and then my heart tells me when it feels restricted, like, oh no, no, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
No, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I like because it kind of took me out of like my no, it
Hmm.
didn't take me out, but it kind of jarred me a bit out of like my
Yeah.
frustration or whatever you want to call it because of that
Hmm.
shaking and jittering, and I'm just like it was weird. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Um.
then it was connected to the AI and the neural, so then it would probably do that to the optic nerve that is connected to the brain and the eyes. So
Yeah.
that's probably why your eyes were, yeah, clearing that.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And I honestly, I never like I'm gonna say never, but I always thought I'd have a hard time going like back in time like that, like that.
No, you're so good.
That was
You could
like
do it all day long, you know?
yeah, that was really vivid.
Yeah. You're always doing it. Like your abilities and what you're doing, like you're natural at it already. So
Yeah, that was pretty wild.
yeah, that was crazy. I
I
could
was
see it
like,
all too.
really?
Ah,
Oh,
that was so
cool.
powerful. Yeah, like the trees and how they were connected.
Yeah,
It's really sad when they started hurting them. And then that like it's basically you're going into another dimension inside the trees.
yeah, it
Yeah.
was wild.
Yeah. It was cool.
And it makes me wonder, like, which I'm gonna look into more, but like,
Hmm.
I got it, like the word Scotland came in.
Yeah.
I mentioned Ireland, but Scotland came in, and but then for some reason, I'm like wondering, I'm like, I want to know where that was, you know? Like maybe
Yeah.
that's where it was, but I'm gonna
Yeah,
look into that.
Scotland. That's what I got. Yeah,
Okay,
you said it was Scotland.
interesting.
You could search around the web and see if you find a location.
And it was funny too. Like I'm just kind of going back all around, but like
Mhm.
Ganesh, I go by Ganesh or Ganesha. She like or she comes in to protect. Like she almost. I don't know why I say she. Is she even correct? I should probably get that
I think
correct.
it's a he, but hey, yeah, she too.
He always like
The elephant, right? It's elephant.
uh and
Yeah.
I always have I'll just say it come through in my visions.
Hmm.
It's always there like as a protector, but it's really like a really funny. It's like has a big sense of humor too, which
Cute.
when it came in at the end, it was like laughing, and it was just like I'm just here to be, you know, watch over. Like I'm here to watch over more than anything, you know, and just kind of like being laughing, which is kind of funny. But it was
Cute.
weird too.
Love that.
At the last part, I was like, it was
Hmm.
different because like I was completely like I felt like I was just completely out, you know.
You were completely out for sure. Even the energy work when I finished it up and I talked with them, I was like, Okay,
So,
we are done. And you're like,
yeah, that's for sure.
you're deep in there. Yeah,
Yeah.
you did awesome. You did incredible. So proud of you. Yeah, you look very clear. You've done so much work all your life, you know. Not too much can hold really kind of in your body because you're such a high vibrational light. So it's going to be
Yeah.
really hard for things to attach, you know. Yeah, that's awesome. I can't wait till you start doing what we did today. Like, you know, you basically get to do it on yourself. All that you walk, it's like you're walking, you know, an aura, a theta or a regression, and you're like, oh, you see and sense everything like how you saw it in the session. You start
Yeah.
learning how to do that in your everyday life, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, pretty incredible.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and then the lands part, you know, like because when I saw that entity, that being, like there from on in the beginning,
Hmm.
what I was thinking is like where I was trying to ask like where are you? And I'm like, are you on this planet or are you on another planet? And
Yeah.
what I saw, and I don't know if this is right, but what I saw was like the answer I got was like it would be like another planet, but it wasn't a planet. It was like if you took like a huge thing of water, like a huge ocean map picture, it was like Earth would be here, and the other planet was like a whole other piece of land, like another continent, but that was considered like other lands and like another planet almost. Does
That's
that make
crazy, huh?
yeah, like
I mean, it
so
makes
like
sense to me with the Antarctica Tartare series.
yeah, yeah, it kind of
Yeah.
relates to that.
Yeah. Because, I mean,
So much more out there.
yeah, it's like how we talk about the, I guess, worlds within worlds, earths within earths. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow, that's cool. I mean,
that's
and all the lands and all the waters are connected to the infinite waters of creation.
yeah. That they were all connected. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
it's
I'm so glad they showed you that. Yeah.
it's cool.
All right. Thank you. I love you, honor you, respect you. Thank you for being so incredible. And I will see you around, okay? Bye,
Thank you.
love. I'll see you in
Bye.
Hawaii for sure. Bye, love.
Okay, thank you.